After a couple of misses, Pixar is back with another film about a boy abducted by space aliens. Sounds like a great tagline for a story for me. The movie is called Elio, and a guy who likes to talk about film and TV and movies more than anybody else that I know. His name is Sean Chandler. Sean, you saw this with your kids. I'll ask you at the gate. Pixar coming off of Inside Out 2, banger of a film. Mm-hmm. Is this an Inside Out 2, or is this more like a Turning Red Luca type situation?
This is one of those right there in the middle Pixar films, where it really wants to be a great top tier Pixar movie, but I don't think the end result gets you there. Like, it really leans into the big family emotions with a boy who feels all alone because his parents have died. It has this central kind of theme and metaphor between the idea of, are we alone in the universe, and this boy feeling all alone. And so it hits all the big stuff, big emotions, and then we're going on this big sweeping adventure, but it also kind of feels a little bit like it's trying a bit too hard. It's good. It's well done. It's entertaining. My girls both really enjoyed it. In particular, my 6-year-old, who was very excited to check it out because she had the McDonald's toys and everything like that. But does it actually fully tap into the Pixar magic? I don't think that it does.
Did you cry?
When you talk about top-tier Pixar, you're talking about, Toy Story is one of the greatest animated films of all time. Yeah. And they have a lot of those. This isn't that, but it's good.
But, I mean, when I go see a Pixar movie, my thought is I should be going in with quality. Like, this should be like the greatest thing. I know this movie was like delayed like a year and a half because they were reworking it and stuff. So if it doesn't land that way, that typically Pixar brings out emotion. I want to know from you. I mean, you don't have to get too emotional on me, but did you cry while watching this movie?
There's not a lot of movies that get me to cry. This one, I mean, it really tries hard with the kid that's all alone. He's misunderstood. He's bullied. He's the outsider. It goes for all the different things. Sure. But I think it also leans too much into a few too many cliches. The movie, it's basically Galaxy Quest or Three Amigos, except for kids. There's a little bit of Explorers in there. There's a little bit Last Starfighter in there. Like, I'm watching the movie thinking of all the films that it's like, and borrowing elements here and there. And like you mentioned, it was reworked. And I think you can feel that because it's a movie that feels like there's just too much in there. There's too many ideas that not enough of them get fully explored. And so it's good. Like, if you take your kids and your family, you'll have a good time. But is this the next animated classic? Is this the next Toy Story, Inside Out, Monsters, Inc.? I don't think so.
But you know what? If somebody did remake Explorers or Last Starfighter, I'm all in. Like, I'm primed to go see those movies. Okay, that's fair. Did your kids like it? Was it 2 thumbs up? What was it for your kids?
Yeah, the kids were right on board with it. Karis, who's so excited to go see it, she brought her little McDonald's toys, and afterwards she's like, let's go get McDonald's again. And so she had a big grin on her face the whole time. Chloe thought that maybe it was a little bit too sad. Like, Chloe likes her movies happy. Chloe's my 11-year-old. Okay. And so she likes her movies happy and everything like that. And this one spends a lot of time on his parents died, and
it's interesting.
No one understands him.
But it's interesting
where
you
can
brought
he fit in?
Your 2 daughters. Did your son go? He's a little bit older.
No, he wasn't really interested, even though he's into aliens and stuff like that. I could have brought another kid with me, but I was like, do you want to go see Elio? He's like, I'm not all that interested. So maybe he's aging out a little bit to some of the animated films. I don't know. It's kind of interesting watching your kids get older, but my son didn't want to go.
Huh. Well, if you want to check out the full review by Sean Chandler, you can always check it out on Sean Chandler Talks About right there on YouTube. Hey, Sean, thank you so much. We're going to see you in our 8 o'clock hour as we talk about 28 years later.
Another family classic that for the whole family to check out.
Zombies. We will be right back. We finally get a sequel to the cult hit 28 Days Later. Well, there was 28 weeks later as well, but it took us almost 28 years to finally get this one. And here we go. Sean Chandler from Sean Chandler Talks About has seen it. You are a fan of horror films. You're a fan of zombie stuff. So you're the guy I want to come to when it comes to talking about 28 years later. Does it live up to the trailer's hype?
I'll say this. Is it a good movie? Yes. Did it deliver a bunch of zombie carnage that I really enjoyed? Absolutely it did. Does it have some surprisingly thoughtful and poignant moments that kind of explore all the different ways that people respond to death? Yes. But to your question, did it fully live up to the hype? I'm going to go with no on that one, where this is a situation where the original movie was from Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, and in the 20 plus years since have gone on to be nominated for Oscars, plenty of prestige in their careers over the last 20 years. And so the amount of anticipation going into this movie in light of what their careers have looked like was sky high. And do I feel like this is the reinvention of the genre that the original 28 Days Later was? I don't think that it was. There's a few places where it's stylistically and tonally very inconsistent. It does some weird, bold stuff, and some of that works, and some of it's just like, what are we doing here?
Let me bring this up to you.
It's enjoyable. It has great parts.
Okay.
But I did leave a little disappointed.
What I do like about 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later is it brought in actors that were kind of like on the up and coming, like Jeremy Renner, Cillian Murphy. Is there somebody like that in this film?
Probably not, because it has Aaron Taylor Johnson as our lead guy. It has Ralph Fiennes as one of the lead characters. Jodie Comer is our lead female actress in it. She was in Free Guy a few years back. And then so maybe a few years back you could say that about her. But I wouldn't say that this discovers any upcomers. Like, it's a great cast, but I think they're a little bit more established in this film versus the originals, where literally they discovered Oppenheimer for us. It's like they got a great pick there. This one, they went for established talent. Maybe the little boy, we'll see what comes of his career. He's the one that's the potential, that could be turned into something.
All right, well, let me bring this up to you and everybody here on if you're going to share this on Instagram. This is for your Instagram Reels, all right? This is the question.
All right, perfect.
You ready for this? I want to know what's going to be the bigger of the three movies. Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, or Superman? You can only pick one.
All right, I think all three movies have a strong argument. Jurassic World movies have all hit $1 billion. So that's a safe bet right there. Fantastic Four shut down Fandango. When they put tickets on sales, the site crashed because so many were buying tickets in advance. And then Superman, they did just the single day early screenings for Amazon Prime members, and it was the biggest ticket sales for any movie of the entire year for a pre-screening for Amazon Prime members.
So which one?
Which is pretty awesome. I know I bought my tickets for that one.
I did too.
If I'm placing my bet right now with what I'm feeling, I'm going with Superman. I think people have wanted a hopeful Superman movie. There's buzz, there's excitement. When I go places and people are like, hey, Sean, what do you think about the new Superman movie? That's the one they ask about, not Jurassic World, not Fantastic Four. They want to know about Superman because people want DC to have a big win.
There it is.
So that's what I'm feeling. It all depends on reviews, how good they are, legs, all that stuff. My money currently is Superman.
From Sean Chandler Talks About. Thank you so much, and thank you for confirming my thoughts.